Hey guys, Kier here, and this time, as you can see by the title, it's another review. I said I was gonna, do something else, but listen, I was gonna do an analysis, but that would take a while before I can get a video out, and I couldn't catch up to my weeklies on time, so by the time the new chapters come out, I'll actually do a weekly review. I only need to catch up to Dr. Stone and One Piece now, and then I think all I need is like 1 or 2 monthlies I need to catch up on. But when I do that, I want to try to only make it like the series I actually have something to talk about. So it won't be every series I'm caught up on because it'll either be too short or I won't have much to say for a lot of the series. Like when I read that Kaguya-sama chapter, I really didn't have anything to say as it was just like a comedic chapter. So that's why I'm going to try to do like certain series, not every single series I'm caught up on. Also, I was trying to drop an analysis on either King Solomon from Magi, Sinbad from Magi, or Endeavor. I have to watch some analysis on all of them and reread some chapters, but when I do decide, I'll let y'all know, and I'll be dropping videos in between me looking it up and all of that, because otherwise I just wouldn't have a video up for a while, and I want to kind of have this as at least 1 video per week, preferably 2 or 3. So in between that, there'll either be reviews or weekly stuff. I haven't decided yet. It'll be a combination of both though. Depends on how long it takes me to actually find which one I want to do and how. But anyway, that's something for another time. Let's actually hop into the review now, and this will be a similar format to any other review as it's the same type of video. But yeah, the story for Tokyorevengers is pretty good. I'd say it's pretty unique in the way how time traveling is done and all of that. The story is generally always engaging or with new twists, turns, always something new brought to the table for each arc. Some people may find the arcs boring or repetitive. I personally don't. I can kind of see why you find them repetitive, definitely not boring, as it's a similar formula but with different like huge factors changing. And most of the time, these twists and turns are actually good and entertaining. I rarely find times where I find them like boring or just annoying. I'd say the only exception is not the current arc, but the end to the last arc was really they really could have done that a lot better with the way how they would have dealt with the end of a certain character. I think anyone who's read Tokyorevengers knows what I'm talking about. Although aside from that, I don't really find any more problems with the story. The story isn't super complex or anything like a Berserk or a Vagabond. So it's not really, something where any elitist is going to jump in and analyze it 24/7. It's pretty straightforward. You know what you're getting into. There isn't really anything super complex about it. I think the only thing I personally don't find I like about it, besides that one twist I mentioned earlier, is the themes. I don't really think they do the themes that well in the series. None of them really stand out. There's nothing really new done with them. They're just, you wouldn't even think about the themes when you're reading the series. Like some people may complain about Black Clover having generic themes or My Hero 2, but you can at least tell the themes are there. In this series, they're just completely ignored. You really don't see them explored, except like maybe friendship. And even then, there are plenty of other series similar to Tokyorevengers that do friendship even better. But where I do see Tokyorevengers shine is with the characters and the cast. And I know I say this like every time I do a review, but that's because most of the series I like just have really good casts. And generally my favorite part of a series is the cast, as that's just my favorite part in any series. I'd much rather prefer a series with a really good cast and a mid-story than a series with a mid-cast and a good story. So that's probably why you'll hear me say that a lot. But the cast for Tokyorevengers is actually pretty good. That's not just me trying to be repetitive and make the same content. It's just that, especially when you compare it to like other new gen series or new like ongoing battle shows, like compared to My Hero and Black Clover, their characters don't even compare to Tokyorevengers. Like of the both series, the only one that is actually really good, I'd say, is Shigaraki and Endeavor. Also, you could say Yami from Black Clover, but I wouldn't even say he's that good. But when you compare it to Tokyorevengers, every character is a really good character, especially Mikey, Draken, and Chifuyu. I feel like they're most people's favorite characters. Personally, my favorite character is Chifuyu. I actually don't know how to say his name, so if I butcher, that's my fault. How about that? I just was assaulted my microphone, but it's fine. Anyways, back to that. Chifuyu is a really good side character. He's your typical really loyal and just charismatic, like best friend to the main character kind of thing, but done right. Also, the antagonists in the series are pretty good. They all either serve a good purpose or they just have some good lines. Like for example, Kazutora. He isn't really like the best. He doesn't do as much as the main antagonist in the whole thing so far. but he has some good lines, which you'll probably see as the visual thing throughout the video. But the other main antagonist and the one I personally like a lot more is Kisaki. I feel like Kisaki is a perfect antagonist to Takemichi. He does it like he just parallels really well with him, and they just do great to like go against each other. The only thing I really could complain about is his ending. Like I really felt like he could have been dealt with a lot better, but that's fine. I don't really mind it too much. I can definitely see why someone would, but there isn't really much I can even do about it, so why even complain too much. I definitely say Kisaki is amongst my favorite new gen antagonists. I think the only one I can, off the top of my head, that I would say is better is Shigaraki. And even then, Shigaraki is a really good antagonist, so there isn't really much of a comparison. But, Kisaki is still a good villain. That doesn't take away from him. It's just that whenever he's on screen, the series just gets better. And also, Takemichi isn't the best protagonist. He's, kind of generic at the start, kind of like a Deku, but I think he's done better at the end. That might change, though, because with how Chapter 306 dropped and My Hero, that Deku could become really better, but, I'll leave that for the weekly review. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I definitely think Takemichi he's done well. He's not, like, annoying, or you don't find him that generic. I don't know how to explain, but he's just, the normal protagonist you'd see. Like, imagine Deku in the beginning of the series, and then just, like, copy-paste into Tokyorevengers, but then change it a bit. It's because he's a similar character to Deku, really. And the way he grows is also kind of similar, but I definitely prefer Takemichi over Deku. Nothing new, nothing amazing. He's just, he's there. He's a solid protagonist. He fits the story well, but he doesn't, try to break any boundaries. Anyways, I don't really have much to say about him, as, he's just solid all around. Next thing I want to talk about is the art. The art in Tokyorevengers is also really good. There are some more panels that you've probably seen if you've been in the community for long enough, and I'll be putting those up on screen. Not now, but you'll probably see them throughout this whole video. But yeah, the art's good. The art style I really like. The character designs are great. I heard that the mangaka designed the volume covers after Japanese streetwear, I think it was. I'm not too sure what it was, but I still find that pretty cool. It's pretty unique to him. I don't think there are other mangakas that do something similar to what he does in that aspect. Are they the best volume covers? No, but they're still pretty unique and cool, and the fact that they're designed after Japanese streetwear is also something that I just like to see. It's a nice little bit of information that's cool. Plus, good looking volume covers are generally a sign of a good series. Not saying, that if a series has bad volume covers, then it won't be a good series. Like, look at Kingdom, probably my favorite series of all time, and I'll admit the volume covers are amongst the most boring I've ever seen. But, for the most part, a series will have cool looking volume covers, and it's still gonna be really good. And I think it's hard to find a series that has good volume covers but is bad. I personally can't think of an example, but at the same time, I've been reading manga as long as other people, so that could just be me. Anyways, I think that's really all I wanted to mention for Tokyorevengers. That isn't spoiler, so I just want to say you should definitely read Tokyorevengers if you want like an ongoing battle shonen series that focuses mainly on the hype, or that just has cool designs, something you can just turn your brain off and just watch, not watch, read. But yeah, that's really all I want to mention. It has an adaptation coming around, I think it's April 16th, April 15th, around that time. And personally, I don't have high hopes for it because it's by the same studio that made Berserk 2016, so I can still hope, right? And that's the end of the parts with no spoilers. If you have read Tokyorevengers or just don't really care too much about spoilers, I do recommend you do click off if you haven't read it though. Then just stop. You can keep watching. Otherwise, have a good day and enjoy. Anyways, so for the people that have read Tokyorevengers, first of all, let me know what you thought down below. Second of all, I want to say I'd say my favorite moments are when Takemichi told Chifuyu about him time traveling and all that. I thought that was really cool. Especially Chifuyu's reaction. He didn't think it was anything crazy. He just believed him, which I think was what made Chifuyu my favorite character in the series. I wouldn't say it starts off the best, but where do you guys think it's gonna go? Because at the same time, Kisaki died in that, I personally think that was a bad way to deal with him. But anyways, at the time of recording, we are at chapter 198. So this is where they're all looking back at the group photo time capsule thing. And, so if I don't know who the main antagonist is, probably people from the other big organization. But I don't know how Takemichi's gonna deal with it, considering, you know, he can't tie T'Challa back, and we still don't know what it's in the letter right now. So, you know, it's very interesting to see. But by the time I do finish like editing this, it may or may not be the time the next chapter comes out. We'll see. I'll try not to talk too much about, you know, the recent chapters. I want to leave that for a weekly review, but it's fine. I'll probably record this now and the weekly review in 2 days and just have both of them editing at the same time. And I really do wonder what happened to Mikey and why he's like off the deep end now. And it's chapters like this where I just wish there was more chapters, or I just didn't catch up so fast, so that, you know, I wouldn't have to, you know, be waiting all this. Personally, Tenjiku is my favorite arc. None of the others really come close. The only thing I don't like about Tenjiku is the ending. I just really thought, you know, it just didn't work. And even then, the only thing I didn't like about Tenjiku is, you know, Kiseki dying in that specific way. He just got hit by the typical isekai truck. It did help with Takemichi's development though, so I guess I can't complain too much. But yeah, that's basically it, I believe. I don't think there's anything else. I'll probably remember something when I'm already recording, but that'll be too late. What I do want to know though is you guys' favorite characters and your favorite moments. If you are gonna say your favorite moments, try to like say spoiler warning or something, so anyone looking at the comments for one reason or another that isn't caught up will be able to, you know, not be spoiled. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a phenomenal rest of your day.